Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, Facebook, Flavors Nation family and friends and supporters. I am your host, Samia Bingham, founder and CEO of Flavors, the culinary incubator and workspace coming to Prince George's County, Maryland in 2021. We are here for a second night in a row, 2 nights in a row. I'm tired. I'm tired. How you guys doing this evening? I hope you're feeling well, doing fine. Hope you had a great, what's today, Wednesday? Hope you had a great Wednesday. And again, just want to welcome you to episode 2 of Kitchen Conversations After Dark. We have a special guest for you this evening, Chef Mimi of Touch of Grace. She can be found on IG at touch.ofgrace. We're going to have a fun, engaging conversation tonight. Before we get started, want to tell you a little bit about Flavors and what we have going on. So again, Flavors is a culinary incubator and workspace coming to Prince George's County, Maryland to support our local culinary entrepreneurs to be able to create, cook, and serve in a amazing state-of-the-art commercial kitchen facility with an amazing community of culinary professionals right here in our backyard in Prince George's County, Maryland. We need your support, Flavors Nation friends, family, and supporters, to get our kitchen open. We have an active crowdfunding campaign. If you head over in a second, it's going to be right below me and Chef Mimi and I. It's going to be right below us. So you'll be able to see that link live. Just head over to that I Fund Women /projects/flavors, and you'll be able to purchase a tasty reward in support of us purchasing our commercial kitchen walk-in that will be inside of our amazing commercial kitchen facility for our chefs. So whatever you can donate, $1, if you can share it, share the post, whatever you can do to support, we super appreciate it. And so without further ado, let's get started. But before we jump right in to our conversation with Chef Mimi live, we got a little quick video for you. You know how we do. You know how Flavors gets down. So 1 second, and we're going to bring Chef Mimi right on in.
My flavor is combining the culture that I grew up with and the background that I grew up with as well. So I was born in New Orleans, Louisiana, and I was born to 2 immigrant parents. That's where I get the combination of Southern cuisine and Nigerian cuisine. I love the fact that Samia and Chris wanted to provide a space where people can continue to grow their business, but not only continue to grow their business, but learn as well. Flavor's vision, not only is it to have people come and build their business as well, it's also building people up as individuals. I believe that the community really needs Flavor because a lot of the people within Flavors are going to provide job opportunities. There are a lot of people who want to help in the community as well. And by having a place like Flavors, then it can be a place where we put together meals for the homeless. It can be a place where we put together things for young children that want to learn about cooking. There's just a vast amount of opportunity that Flavors presents, and I feel as though the possibilities are endless.
So you already know that it's going to go down tonight. So without further ado, I introduce you to Chef Mimi. Hey, Chef.
Hey, look, that was me.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I am great. Thank you so much for joining us tonight on our second pop-up episode of Kitchen Conversations After Dark. We're going to have some fun tonight. We're going to take our conversation from the startup and the launch phase, since you are a brand new chef, not a chef, not new to the kitchen, but new to providing your services publicly for the general public and corporations and businesses with your private chef experience. So I want you to take a second, introduce yourself, and let us know who you are.
Okay. Thank you for having me. I'm super excited. And everyone, as Samia has said, please donate because she has such a great experience that she's bringing to the PG County area, and we definitely want to support. So in reference to me, my name is Mimi. Nice to meet everyone here. Thank you for joining us. I am a self-taught chef within the PG County area. and my business is Touch of Grace. Now, Grace is my middle name, which most people don't actually know, and Grace means God's unmerited favor. So essentially, for me, I just feel as though with every dish that I provide someone, then I'm bestowing God's unmerited favor. I'm passing on that energy. I'm passing on those vibes to you. And that's just how I want you to feel every time you eat a dish that I have for you. My background is mainly with fusion cuisine. I am Nigerian, but I was also born in New Orleans, Louisiana. So both my parents are immigrants. I was born in New Orleans, Louisiana. So what better way than to combine the motherland and the South with great dishes?
I love it. I love it. Diversity is needed in
Yes.
these kitchen streets. We have, such an overabundance and I think an oversaturation, specifically in Prince George's County, with so many chain restaurants and fast food spots. That one of the things that, Flavors is a priority for Flavors is that we made sure that the types of members that we welcomed into the community have very diverse food options. So that, for those that are, doing a carry out order or a delivery order or supporting one of our pastry chefs or dessert artists, that they would have diversity in the options, vegan, gluten-free, plant-based, vegetarian. There's so many keto. There's so many different types of chefs that are going to be in Flavors. And so I'm super excited to talk about your flavor in Flavors. So Chef Mimi, what brought you to your culinary craft?
I love cooking. It is a labor of love for me. It goes deeper than just wanting to get some type of monetary value from it. I truly enjoy being able to feed people's souls. Enjoy being able to tell my story through my cooking. And then also I feel as though food creates community and I'm all about community. So for me, it actually started when I've always been in the kitchen with my mom, but in terms of really pursuing Touch of Grace, it actually started that I I first made a pot of jollof rice, and everyone knows that jollof rice is something like if you don't get it right, no matter what country you are from, that you are shaming yourself and your family. So in Nigeria, a way to often describe food is saying this thing is sweet. Now, not sweet as in sweet to taste, but sweet as in like you nailed it. So I made a pot of jollof rice one time and I was just like, all right, it's my first time. Let's go ahead and make it. I know I can cook, but when you get the elders to sign off on your cooking, it's an entirely different experience. So the first thing my dad was like, Mimi, this one is very sweet. And I was like, all right, that's it. So from there, I just wanted to be able to provide more people with that experience of tasting something that I've created and being able to experience the passion through it, the flavors through it, just being able to experience that sense of family. So for me, it was just more so a passion of love that became something that I decided to go broader with.
Awesome. So Chef Mimi, so you are new in the sense of proclaiming or taking your place, your rightful place in the kitchen to provide these private experiences for your clients. So tell us about your transition of, you having an amazing career and then you now transitioning to building up, starting with your side hustle as a chef, and to being able to, in the future, going into this full time. So tell us about that journey and how it's been for you.
Okay. Now, I will say, like you said, it's been a journey. You always have the people that are in your village that are pushing you, saying, you can do this, you'll be great at it. But it also takes having that leap of faith and just taking that leap and having a good support system to continue to push you once you take that leap. So for me, it's really, like I said, cooking has always been a labor of love for me. And it really started off with, I did my first dinners earlier this year, and it was just such a great amount of people that provided me with feedback. So many people were just like, when are we having this again? When is this going to happen? So I've done dinners. I've done, over the course of quarantine, I've also done Instagram live classes. I've done private classes. I've done I've done one-on-one sessions as well. And it was honestly just taking a leap of faith and then also having the right doors open up for me. And just talking about the right doors, that brings me back to flavors, because flavors is an opportunity for me to be able to expand the business and reach a lot further than I would be able to in just a normal home. Because the different things that you offer, it's not even just the kitchen incubator. It's more so the professional development, the things that I've learned about the LLC, about the insurance, everything that you provided us. So along the way, it was taking the leap of faith, but then also having the right doors open up and the right people to help me along that path.
Oh, I love it. I love it. So you mentioned, so of course we have the flavors, the founders lounge is what we call it, our virtual founders
Yeah.
lounge. And as a startup, how has the virtual founders lounge supported you? You know, we've had some lunch and learns with, food and beverage insurance company, attorney Takora Davis of the Creators Law Firm coming in and talking about trademarks and intellectual property. We've had Sabria come in and talk about marketing. We've had Xavier of X&E Finance come in and talk about budgeting and tax savings. And, we have a bunch of other speakers coming up. So can you tell our amazing new Flavors Nation family members how it's been, even though the kitchen is not open, how that virtual founders lounge has supported you in your startup journey?
So in terms of the virtual founders lounge, I feel as though it's like a house. In order to build a house and know that it's going to last, you have to have a solid foundation. And the Founders Lounge has presented me the opportunity to create a foundation that's going to be long lasting. Oftentimes within our community, the reason why a lot of people don't excel the way they need to is because we lack knowledge. And sometimes we're scared to go looking for that knowledge. Sometimes we look the wrong places, but the Founders Lounge has presented me with the opportunity to meet people who have been within the culinary world for a lot longer than me, in
Yeah.
addition to meeting people who have the business acumen that I may not have. So it's honestly helped to build a solid foundation for me that I don't feel nervous or uncomfortable, because one, I know that I have that support system, and two, I also know that I've done the proper research, I've done the proper educational aspect of it as well to make sure that my business is on solid foundation.
So Chef, why do you need a commercial kitchen? So, you can continue providing these private experiences at home or at your client's home. We're not cooking at home, Prince George's County.
Right.
So you
I'm
can
coming to you.
exactly. So you can continue, going to your clients and serving, your meals there. Why do you need a commercial kitchen? Why is that important right now in your business?
A commercial kitchen, it presents the opportunity for me to expand on a larger scale, and it presents the opportunity for me to, like, for instance, for now, if I wanted to do, let's say that someone had a wedding, or if someone had a large event that they were hosting and it was in a hotel, I need to make sure that I have the right tools in order to be able to meet that demand. So a commercial kitchen presents me that opportunity. It presents me with the um the pantry that I need to use. It presents me with the large refrigerator. It presents me with the commercial stovetop area. It just presents me with a larger foundation in order for me to be able to put out the amount of things that I would like to in the future. Because my business is going to continue growing, and with it, that means that I need to continue to level up. So,
Yeah,
like
elevation
T-Ray said
is
it.
all we're talking about. Elevation in Prince George's County. Got to elevate these culinary businesses.
Yes,
You guys are
absolutely.
you guys are serving events from life literally to death and everything in between. So, taking your rightful place, which we've done for so many years in the kitchen, behind the scenes, but now I'm bringing that to the forefront and saying, hey, you don't have to go purchase from, go get food, takeout, something unhealthy, when you can reach out to a chef and provide an experience. Now, post
Right.
COVID, we know all the floodgates are opening. Everybody, their mama and daddy and grandma are going to want to
Right.
get together, for these events. And so we want, everyone listening and watching to know that Flavors we'll be providing access to all of our members. Right now, we're at 45, with multiple pending applications that we hope to get through by the end of next week, so that you guys can have direct access to these chefs and their services and their products and their food, which is super, super amazing. Chef Mimi did cater a brunch for my birthday a few weeks ago, and it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. That French
Thank
toast, we
you, thank
already
you.
know that French toast was to die for. So tell us about, since you're in that startup phase in your journey, tell us about your, I guess, your most exciting experience that you've experienced thus far in your business.
To be completely honest with you, I feel as though when COVID first started, I was like, oh no, I'm trying to get started. And now this has happened. How am I going to do this? How am I going to get myself out there? But COVID presented the opportunity for me to step outside of my comfort zone and just think outside the box. So one of the things that I'm going to give you two.
Okay.
One of the things that I really enjoyed was doing the Instagram lives, because I enjoyed being able to teach people recipes that I loved and were dear and true to my heart, and having them make the food at home and then hit me on the side like, oh my gosh, if I made this at home and it tasted this good, I can only imagine how your food tastes.
Yeah.
And then also, I enjoy being able to give people the confidence in their own cooking as well. And people DM me all the time because I say, like, this is a labor of love for me as well. So I'm always open to answering questions. People DM me all the time, like, hey, I'd like to cook this. Can you give me some tips? And, I've had a few people like, can I FaceTime you? So I've enjoyed creating that community. So that's like the first thing that I've really enjoyed since starting at the business. And then the second thing would be, I'm not sure if y'all all started at the beginning of this and you saw the video, but I was looking real cute in that. I'm not sure if y'all noticed, but I did. To be able to participate in that promotional video, and just to, sometimes that you have greatness within you, and a lot of people can tell you that you have greatness within you, but sometimes when you take a step back and you really see like everything that you've worked for or everything that you've been trying to put yourself out there for, you're just like, wow. So when we did that video shoot and I was plating the food and I was setting up the food, I just really took a step back and I was like, wow, like, look at you, sis. Like, come
It
on,
was your
black girl
element.
magic. Like, come
It was,
on.
it was your element. Like, you were nervous, but like you could not tell you were nervous. Like, once we got in that kitchen and did those behind the scenes and you actually were cooking, nothing else
Right.
mattered to you in that room. It didn't matter that there were tons of people socially distancing, that
Right.
there were tons of people in that space while you were doing your set. But it was like, once you got into the kitchen, it was your lane. It was
Yes, I
your
was in my
zone.
zone. I was just like, at one point in time, I remember forgetting the cameras were there. I was just playing. I was like, oh, hey, y'all. So that was an enjoyable experience for me, because it also has me thinking, like, who knows? Touch of Grace may be the next Food Network star on
Hey,
YouTube somewhere. So it just has me thinking about the different things that I can do. So that was just like very enjoyable. I've enjoyed it.
I love it. I mean, we had a fun time during that photo shoot or that video shoot. And I'm
Yes.
telling you, like, once you got into that kitchen, like, all the floodgates opened. That was you. That was all you. So
Right. That's why I can show you my art.
yeah, any anxiousness that you had, any anxiety that you had, like, it went away. So that you are definitely operating in your true gift. So in that
Thank
same
you.
vein, we talked about, what excited you. What have been some challenges that you faced as a new chef?
Let's see. As a new chef, I think that you mentioned that during that video shoot that I was anxious. And I think that oftentimes when you put yourself out there and it's something like, it's your child, I'm pretty sure that when people sent their kids off to school, they knew that they raise, that you raise your children right. You know that you set them with the foundation that they need in order to be successful. But when you put them out there into the world, there's still nerves there. There's still like a little bit where you're just like anxious, or despite the fact that you know that you've done everything that you can. So for me personally, I think that one of the challenges in the very beginning for me was just getting out of my own way. It was like, if I'm going to share my baby with the world, then I have to do it knowing that God has created me within his image, and he has made me in a way that I will be okay. So for me, I think that it was me getting out of my own way. But once I got out of my own way, like, you couldn't, there's nothing to really stop me. And then I also, post COVID, I realized that things will also open up and be different, because right now I'm working within a bubble, you can say, because we are still going through social distancing. Think people aren't really having events. People aren't really doing as much. So I'm still within this bubble of everything's not as busy as it will be once
Mhm.
the world opens up. So I'm sure that there will be wins and challenges, but I think that it just all comes with the playing field of starting your own business. But I think that you just have to start.
Yes.
You just have to start.
And use this downtime, chef, to do your business development. So
Absolutely.
understanding, those, how you can save on your taxes, and understanding the right insurances to have, understanding what the health department is going to require. We do have the health department coming into our founders lounge on September 30th. So being a part of those sessions, for you
Right.
and all the other startup chefs that we have in the community, just actively participating. And of course, if you can't catch those sessions live, go back when you have some downtime,
And
and
be
I
watching
do the
them.
audio version or the video version, and watch them or listen to them, and take your notes, so that you're using this time wisely. Because just like you said, like once we're in this post-COVID stage, yeah, things are going to be different. We're going to operate differently. But the one thing that I foresee, and this is, I think, what everybody feels, because we're missing that interaction, is that there are going to be
Right.
so many opportunities for events, to
I agree.
provide your private experiences to your clientele. So just use this time to just do your business development. That is the best way that we can use our time. And this is even, for us as operators of a real estate hospitality firm. We're taking this time to really understand the intricacies of the health department and what they're going to require of us, the government contracts that we're looking into, not just jumping at every opportunity that's out there, and making sure
Right.
that we're well aligned with, how we want to operate with our business. So, do
Right. I
that business.
agree. Because
Absolutely.
alignment is key as well.
Yeah.
Alignment is key. Yeah. So what you said is very important, that you can't just jump at every single opportunity. You have
Yeah.
to, alignment is big.
Yeah. And so with that, so I'm sure that you've run into, we have good clients and we have challenging clients. So if you could give some advice to someone hiring or looking to hire a private chef, what would that advice be in how to properly interact? We're in the stage of, some people, it's okay to DM me for business. Some people are like, no, you're going to follow my processes.
Right.
I want to pay, $5 per person for this event. So give us some realistic meat
Okay.
that someone watching can say, okay, I don't want grandma making the chicken this time or the
Right.
potato salad. How would they go about hiring a private chef?
So first and foremost, the biggest thing is that when you have done your research and you checked out their Instagram and you love their pictures and you understand that this is the person that you want to go with, or you go with your referrals, it's important to check whatever their website information states, because oftentimes people do have facts. And then if they don't have facts, they at least have a contact me button. So some people will have it on their Instagram that they don't accept DMs. It's only by email. And I know that oftentimes people are like, well, that seems tedious. If you're on Instagram, then I can just be able to DM you. But the reality of the matter is that by sending an email, it helps for you to keep something for your records. And it also helps that chef to keep something for their records. So by starting off on that professional starting point, it at least lets the interaction be a lot better, because you don't necessarily want to have to try to scroll through all of your DMs to try to figure out when you message this person or when you reached out and what you reached out about. And then it's okay to inquire about pricing. It's okay to inquire about what it is that you want and answer the questions that they have. Oftentimes, so for me, for instance, when it comes to me getting new clientele, essentially I don't mind if you DM me. And then once you've expressed interest, then I'll refer you to my email. Or I'll at least I'll provide you my telephone number and tell you that I would like to do a consultation with you. Personally, I prefer consultations because it gives me an opportunity to get to know you a little bit more on a personal level. Because if I'm going to be cooking for you, I want to make sure that you feel comfortable with who I am as a person and the product that I'm going to offer you. So I want to know a little bit more. I want to know what's your flavor profile? What type of things do you like to eat? Do you have allergies? So that we can build a customized menu that's catered to what you want versus what's catered to everyone else. Because some people like shrimp and grits, but they don't want pork in it. And I use pork in my shrimp and grits. So I'd much rather be able to have that conversation with you so I can cater that particular meal to what your taste buds and your dietary restrictions are. The next thing is that oftentimes people look at it as you're just cooking and they don't necessarily know what goes into pricing, but pricing isn't just the stove times. Pricing is the cost of the food, the fact that you still have to go out and purchase the items in order to cook the food, because I personally don't own a farm. So the fresh produce, I got to go out and get it. If I owned a grocery store, sis, it'd be nothing, but I don't. So I think just take it into consideration for that. And then as a chef, I also realized that every person isn't your client and every chef isn't your chef, and that's okay. It is absolutely okay. And I just think that being respectful is the biggest thing. Like, respect goes both ways. I am super carefree, but I'm just like, still approach it as a greeting is nice. And I
Not
think so we
a
all were
hello.
taught that.
A
We
hello.
were all taught that. I mean, we were all raised to say hello, So I think oftentimes that's like the one thing that people are just like, okay, can we at least say hello and go from there? But other than that, I feel like every chef is different, or not even just every chef, every person is different. Just like when you walk into Nordstrom's, your experience may be different than if you walk into Walmart.
Mhm.
You're expecting different caliber of things, and you know how to approach it. So I think it's just a matter of understanding what you want and understanding that every person that has a product may not be the product that you want to invest in,
Mhm.
and not every customer is your customer, and that's completely okay.
And I
That's like
think
the biggest thing.
and I think and I appreciate, and for those that are listening, this is coming directly from a chef. So you don't have to guess at this. And some of the things are very simple. Just like you said, like hello, don't
Yeah,
jump in someone's DM. And I think this is across the board in entrepreneurship. Don't jump
yeah.
in someone's DM and say, how much does this cost? That's like walking in someone's house. Like that DM box, that's your private home. So don't just
Right.
walk in somebody's house, barge in. 'Cause something good might not happen. You may not catch that person on a good day. And this is anybody. So
I
just
feel like
being
we've all seen it.
yes, yes, like because if you reach out to me and it's been a rough day, it's been a busy day, and there's no hello, there's no greeting, and there's how much do you charge for this? You may get one side or the other. Most of the time I'm going to say, hello, how are you? Who am I speaking to? Because sometimes they don't have their real name as their profile.
Right.
Other times you may get blocked. We're not even about to go down this road. And other times, and I try to stay away from this, but other times it may be as dry as you barging in my front door. So you're already starting off on the wrong foot. So that's the first thing that I like to emphasize, or foot stomp that you absolutely
Right.
said.
Just because I also think it's like it's with, like you said, any business. A simple hello is fine. Normally for me, I'm like, I haven't had that experience. I'm grateful that I haven't, but I know we've all seen the screenshots on the Shade Room or
Yeah.
whatever thing that you follow or floating around on Twitter. We've all seen it where somebody has come at somebody one way in a response. And I'm just thankful that I haven't had to have that experience.
Yes. Yes.
Right.
It'll come. It'll come. But we know how we move with opportunities like that.
Right. I'll
So
redirect with a good evening.
absolutely, absolutely, and just knowing that if you are hiring a private chef, respect the craft just as much as you you walk into your doctor's office and you're ready to, you're ready to present that insurance card, or if you're paying for, paying cash, your copay, whatever it is. Respect the craft, respect the art. These
Right.
are professionals, and I said this in another interview that we did recently, that the two things that people always leave to being the last thing is music and food. And those are the two things that make your event, right? So
Right.
when they're not going to remember your dress, who cares? Like, that was your dress. They're not going to remember your dress. They're not going to remember the pretty decorations. What they're going to continuously talk about is the food and the experience of being there. Were they able to get down on the dance floor? Was the music great? Did the DJ make it happen? So
Right.
don't leave those two things to chance because you're saying, oh, we'll leave food to being the last thing. That can't
I
happen.
definitely agree. I definitely agree because people will talk about your event if you run out of food, if the food
Yes.
is nasty, or look, if the DJ didn't play any good music, they couldn't dance or anything. It's definitely, I'll say food, drinks, and experience.
That's it. That's it. And all those go hand in hand. All those go hand in hand. So Chef Mimi, before we get out of here, we have a couple more questions.
Okay.
And one before we get to your outro is, why should the community support Flavors and our mission to provide a safe and health inspected commercial kitchen community workspace?
The community should definitely support Flavors. Let's be quite honest. In 2020, we realized a lot of different things have occurred, and we have realized just like diversity inclusion is something that a lot of companies don't have. And this is something that you don't even have to worry about with Flavors. And when you support Flavors, you're not only supporting Flavors, but you're also supporting other small businesses in the area. And by supporting other small businesses within the area, you're also creating an opportunity for jobs for other people. So I think that it's just bigger than supporting Flavors. It's also understanding what the bigger picture is. Flavors is about community. And by being about community, it impacts all of us. So whether it be that your teenager is looking for a summer job and I need servers, or you have someone who has experience by working in a kitchen and they're looking for a new job, Flavors presents opportunities for everyone. So I think that supporting Flavors is supporting small business and supporting your community. So
Thank you
I
so
just
much.
wouldn't see why you wouldn't.
You said it best. You said it better than I could have ever said it. Chef, before we give you your 1 minute solo moment to let everybody know how they can follow you, I want to ask you, what is for dinner and dessert?
Dinner and dessert. Okay, so let's see. Let's set the scene. You've
Yes.
had a long day at work. And let's pretend that it's not COVID and we actually had to drive home. You've had a long day at work and you're just like, gosh, I really got to get home. You walk in, you smell the nice aroma of fresh candles that have just been lit. Let's say that it's winter time and you know how like the heat just hits you just right, like right when you need it. The heat hits you just right after you done came in from the cold. Stop your feet a little bit. Take off your coat, take off your scarf, and it's just like, wait, what is that? It's a meal by Touch of Grace, honey.
Yes.
So for dinner, you see, I had to hit a quick.
That was perfect. I heard the jazz playing. I heard some non-beat playing in the background. So
Yes, come on now. Come on now. It's dinner by Touch of Grace, honey. You walk into the kitchen, you pick up your glass of wine.
Yes. And we have a sea moss strawberry smoothie over here.
You take a seat, and you know, although you said dinner, every now and then you need just something to wet your whistle, and now you need just a little snack before you just like demolish and not know what the meal tastes like. So let's go ahead and start off with a slight appetizer, and then we're gonna quickly move on to dinner. So I told y'all that I enjoy fusion. So if we're gonna do fusion, we might as well start fusion off correctly. We're gonna go ahead and have some mini jambalaya cups. Now, I know you're thinking, wow, that's heavy real quick, but they're mini, so it's just a taste. And by mini, you also know there's some more in the fridge for you to take to lunch tomorrow. So now that we done took it down to the south, very important. Now that we've taken it to the south, and it's just like, okay, it's a little spicy. What we doing here? What we doing here? Next, we're gonna have a massage kale salad because you've had the jambalaya. It's heavy, but you want something light and refreshing. You want something crisp to make you feel like you're not going to gain too much weight over the course of this winter, but you know you're about to have an amazing meal. So we've got a massage kale salad with fresh cranberries, pumpkin seeds. Samia, you've had it.
Yes, I have. Yes, I have. I can taste it.
And now we're moving on. Remember, it's been a long day. You already have your wine. Let's go on to a nice surf and turf. Because what's better than having land and sea together? Now, we're not talking about those mini shrimp that you get. We're talking about the big prawns, the ones where you have to go either to the wharf or the international market to get. They're nice pan seared, blackened with Cajun seasoning. And your serve, you have the option of steak or lamb. Because I like both, but it's too heavy to eat both. I'm going to go with the lamb.
Okay. Okay.
So we're doing rosemary garlic and a nice compound butter on top. Underneath that, we're going to have fresh mashed potatoes, of course, never boxed. And then on the side, on the side of that, just a few pieces of asparagus, just because we had to like round it all out. Round it all out. Now, after we've had that, it's just like, whew, that was a meal. But Black people, once you get something good to eat, you always got to hit them off with, let me get something sweet.
Yes.
So we're going to deep dive into our melanin bar. So what that is, it's a chocolate brownie with dulce de leche swirls in it and cheesecake swirls. So once you cut into that, the dulce de leche just melts and it's nice and gooey and it's topped with vanilla ice cream. The way I see it, that's a good dinner and dessert.
Yes.
And scene.
Like I feel it. I'm looking at those smells in my house right now. I gotta see what Chris is up there cooking up. Because to me, that was dinner. That was dinner. So
if we're gonna do dinner, we gotta do it right.
Yes, we do. And only I'm gonna do it right when you're doing the touch of grace.
Absolutely.
So, Chef Mimi, I want to thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And I'm going to take myself off screen and I'll bring you full screen for a minute.
Okay.
Shout out your social media handles, your phone number, website, whatever you want to tell the people and how they can support your business. Thank you so much. And I appreciate you. And I'll talk to you.
I appreciate you. Hi, family. And thank you for joining us for Kitchen After Dark. I hope you enjoyed this and my shenanigans. But you can find me on Instagram at touch.ofgrace. And it's written down here at the bottom as well. So that's my Instagram. That's also my Facebook page. And then my email address is touchofgraceeventsllc@gmail.com. If you want to find more information on the different classes I'm offering, my private dinners, then please follow me on Instagram, follow me on Facebook. I keep that information up to date and join in for one of my live sessions. We're oftentimes cooking, we're oftentimes just having real talk. So just join me because I've really enjoyed this experience and I hope that you have enjoyed this experience with me as well. And definitely make sure that you support Flavors because it's a great opportunity to bring an amazing experience to the PG County area. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chef. I so appreciate you. So again, family, that concludes our session for tonight, Kitchen Conversations After Dark. And our next session will be this coming Friday with Manna of Heaven. Manna of Heaven is going to join us Friday evening. So join us here. Hit us up on Instagram and you'll see the time slot. Chef Bacola, her image will be there on our Instagram page. so that you'll know what time she'll be live. We're live between 7 and 8 p.m. Some chefs take the second half, some take the first half. So we're going to have some fun on this coming Friday. So tomorrow you have a break. So get the family situated and maybe try to cook up that dinner that Chef Mimi just shared with us. And again, before you go, check out the link below this live and head over to the I Fund Women page and support our campaign. You have a few different tasty rewards that you can purchase. Something as small as $1 towards our campaign will be so much appreciated. If you don't have it to donate, please just share our video out, our campaign out, the link out to your friends and family. And if you know of any chefs, catering companies, food truck owners, aspiring chefs, cooks that are looking to start their own business, dessert artists, event planners, hospitality educators that could utilize a community and a facility like Flavors that is coming to Prince George's County next May 2021, around that time frame, then please send them to our website at whatsyourflavor.co. Again, that's whatsyourflavor.co. And again, I am Samia Bingham, founder and CEO of Flavors. And that concludes our broadcast tonight. I'll see you on Friday. Take care. Bye-bye.